get to finally talk about the Buddyfight collab, even though we're a little bit late. Make sure you guys smash the link, crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So title booster, Buddyfight, and we got all the cool arts for this. But let's talk about the Buddyfight crest itself. So this goes in your gauge zone and is part of the ride deck. So auto ride deck, when you ride, put one flag card from your soul onto your order zone and play this card onto your crest zone. Put two cards from the top of your deck into the gauge zone, which you now have face down. So Buddyfight always let you do the charge and draw. You actually get this with this. So when this card gets placed into the crest zone or at the start of the ride phase, you can put one card from your hand into the gauge zone face down and draw a card. And then Buddy Call lets you pay a gauge once per game if it's activate. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 and above, choose a Buddy card, Buddy monster from your order zone. Call it on to the rear guard circle and countercharge one. Alright, so let's talk about some of the cool things we have here. So our grade 3 here is going to be Mikado Gao. So auto once per turn, when during this unit's attack you can rest a rear guard. During this battle, this unit and the unit rested for the cost of this will go into the link attack state. So basically you're boosting and you're combining the attack together to attack. And then once per turn after the battle of this unit's attack, counterblast 1, stand one of your rear guards in the link attack state. If your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 and above, choose and stand one of your rear guards with Drum in its name. So my Buddy, activate Vanguard. Once per turn, you can soul blast one, search your deck, call up to one Drum Bunker Dragon from your deck, or drop onto a rear guard circle. And during this turn, reduce the cost of the original activate ability by 1 gauge. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So actually pretty strong card. And then our Buddy, which is going to be Drum Bunker. This lets us call cost. We have to pay a gauge, put the top card of your deck into this card's Buddy Soul. And Buddy Soul basically just makes it so if it goes away, you basically blow the soul to save it. Activate rear guard, pay 1 gauge, search your deck for up to 1 unit with the same, or search your deck or drop with 1 drum in its name with a different name from this card and call it on top of this card without paying the card's cost. Alright, so basically you get to bypass, stack up, and make a super powered boss monster. Your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 and above. Your units with Drum in the name with this card with the Buddy Soul get 5k power, 5k guard, and then Soul Guard when this unit would leave the rear guard circle by putting one of your Buddy Souls into the drop, it remains. So basically you get some bouncing protection. Then the 5th Omni Lord Drum. Man, this one looks sick. So this is also going to have a call cost of paying a gauge, so you'll have to put the top card of your deck or 1 card from your drop into this card's Buddy Soul. And then when this unit attacks a grade 3 and above Vanguard, cost pay 1 gauge, choose and retire an opponent's rear guard in your opponent's front row. During this turn, this will get 10k power, which is pretty good. And then auto front row once per turn. When this card appears during your damage check, you have a grade 3 and above Vanguard with Gao in its card name, and if you do not have another rear guard with the same card name as this unit, your opponent discards 1 card. That's really good. Alright, so just when your opponent pings, they're going to discard a card. And then you have Soul Guard as per usual. Then we got a generic OT, which works for everybody, by the way, because there is nothing here, which is just choose and add a normal order from your drop to your hand and choose one of your Vanguards. During this turn, it gets critical +1. And you can choose a Buddy monster in your rear guard. During this turn, it'll get crit +1. And then we have more Drum. This one's pretty good. This is Drum the Future. So you have to pay 2 gauge to bring this one out, but during your turn, if your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 and above, so you get 10k power. And when this unit enters the link attack state and there's 4 more cards in your damage zone, and you Persona Road during this turn. During this turn, this unit gets auto rear guard. When this attacks during this battle, your opponent cannot activate the auto abilities, and you counterblast 1, and this will get a drive track and drive -1. So basically, you get to do a single drive, which is not bad. And then Drum Bunker here, pay a gauge, put the top card of your deck in the Buddy Soul. Opponent's Vanguard, or if your Vanguard is the Mighty Sun Fighter Mikao Gao, you can reduce the cost of this card by 1. And when this attacks, or when it enters rear guard circle, counterblast 1, draw 1. Then when this unit attacks a grade 3 and above Vanguard, soul charge 1 or put the top card of your deck into the gauge, your opponent discards a card. It's actually pretty good. And then we have Soul Guard yet again. And then grade 1, the Knowledge of the 5th Omni. So normal order, you can play this card from your drop, and then you may play this card if you have a Vanguard Gao or a rear guard with 5th Omni, and say bind this card, put the top card of your deck into your gauge, and draw 1. And then we have this BS. This card's amazing. So this lets you pay a gauge to play this. Continuous Vanguard during your turn. Your Vanguard gets 5k, and if you have a grade 3 and above Vanguard with Gao in its card name, all your rear guards with Drum in the front row will get 5k power. And then Auto Vanguard, once per turn, when you're a grade 3 and above Vanguard attacks, and it's in the link attack state with your Buddy monster rear guard, you can discard 1 Sunfist Sunshine Impact from your hand during this battle. Your Vanguard's power becomes infinite and gets critical +1, which is hilarious. We have another drum bunker here. Some of these drums aren't necessarily the best, but this is on play. Pay a gauge, put the top card of your deck or 1 card from your drop into this card's Buddy Soul. And then when this unit attacks a Vanguard, or if it's in the link attack state, if you have a grade 3 above Vanguard with Gao, during this turn, this get critical 1, and your opponent discards 1 card from the hand. And we also have Soul Guard yet again. This drum, pay a gauge, same thing. When this unit moves from the rear guard circle to the Guardian circle, during this battle, this will get guard plus 5k in addition, 5k guard for each Buddy Soul. And then when this unit attacks a grade 3 and above Vanguard in the link state, gets 5k. And we have Soul Guard, which is not too bad. Our Perfect Guard, nothing special here, just pretty strong looking card. And then we get into a Sentinel order, which is kind of cool, but discard a card from your hand. Choose one of your units during the battle and that it did not hit. If you have no face-up cards, you damage them. Countercharge 1 to remove this from the game. I want more cards like this. I think that's really cool. And then we do have impacts in here. So continues, you cannot play this card. If you have not resolved any impact cards during this fight, you may use this ability. So at the end of your turn, if your opponent has 4 or more damage in your Persona Road, you can counter blast 1, discard this card, and pay 4 gauge, and declare final phase, stand your Vanguard, and attack your opponent's Vanguard with it. Then we get into some of the right line stuff here. So when this enters a Vanguard circle, look at top 7 cards of your deck, reveal and add up to 1 card, drum in its name or an item card, and add it to your hand. Our grade 1 here, when rode upon by Dragon World, or when rode upon, Dragon World. Every one of these effects, so you can look at top 7 of your deck and add up to 1 grade 1 and above Armor Dragon or Weapon card. And then search for a Sunfist Sunshine Impact and equip it without paying the cost, which is actually pretty good. And then we got a cute little drum here. So when this enters a rearguard circle with a drum and a different name, you can Soul Blast 1 to activate one of these. So put this unit into the Buddy Soul or card this card onto a rearguard circle in the same column as that unit. Cute little booster. And then our flag itself. So this is what we are going to be using to start here. So when you stand up, say open the flag, and you become a Buddy Fighter. When you become a Buddy Fighter, put a Buddy monster from your ride deck into your order zone. And you can only use 1 flag in your deck and continuous Vanguard order zone. This card cannot be affected by the ability or effect. And when you ride or call, play the ability with only Buddyfight and have Dragon World or generic, you may ride or call or play that ability. So a little bit restricted, but that's fine. And then we get into the effect triggers. So choose one of your Armor Dragons during this turn to get 3k power. During your opponent's guard step, you can call this as a Guardian. And then we've also got the Critical Order. I love these. So this lets you pay a gauge to play. Choose a grade 2 or below to put this card into the Buddy Soul. And you can call this on the Guardian. And then, of course, if you have 4 or more damage, cost Counterblast, discard all of your hand to draw 2 cards. That's on a draw, by the way. Our front trigger, just lets you put this into the gauge. And then, of course, you can call it as a Guardian. And then during your opponent's guard step, you can call this as a trigger unit. But when this card is placed on the Guardian circle and there's no face cards in your damage zone, you discard 1 to countercharge 1. And then we have a generic front trigger here. During your opponent's guard step, you can call this on as a trigger. And then auto, when this unit retires from the Guardian circle, you can put this back into the hand. I mean, that's kind of cool. So just giving the skill is pretty good. Draw trigger, opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 and above, you get 5k. And then another front here, if your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 and above, this unit gets 5k. And then, of course, the ultimate of Buddy. Just choose one of your rear guards and put this card in the Buddy Soul. So, definitely not too bad. And then that unit gets continuous when this card leaves the rear guard circle by putting one of the Buddyfight into the drop. So, yeah, standard stuff. But, yeah, all the critical triggers have these abilities to basically self-replace, which, you know, makes this stuff pretty cool. I think that this deck is actually pretty unique for what it is. But what do you guys think? Please, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCool40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcoolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.